Hello and welcome to RETRO-Spect, a look back at some fondly thought of games and hidden gems. Why Tekken 3? 7 mainline games, 2 tag tournaments, a crossover with Street Fighter, and a ton of other smaller games. So why am I looking at the third entry in the franchise? Quite simply, it was the peak of the franchise. That seems unfair. There have been a lot of good Tekken games. There have been some pretty disappointing games, but for the most part, Tekken is a pretty strong series of games. They've had a constant story running through them. It's become a little more convoluted over the years, but as far as beat-em-ups go, it's a strong story. Quite frankly, the only thing you need to know about the story is that the Mishima family are all trying to kill each other, and everybody else gets drawn into that. And I think Tekken 3 was just when the overarching story of Tekken really started getting interesting. Whether it be the drama of the Mishima family, the sibling rivalry between the Williams sisters, or just the light-hearted tone of the friendship between Paul Phoenix and the Law family. Mixed in with the over-the-top drama and some of the more bizarre elements are some really nice light-hearted touches. I would be the first to admit that as much as I love a good beat-em-up, I'm terrible at them. Combos? Not a chance. A fatality in Mortal Kombat? You may as well ask me to fly, because there's more chance of that than me pulling off a fatality. I always loved Tekken because I had much better luck with the controls. By no means am I an expert or even remotely good, but I feel a little bit more accomplished with what I'm pulling off in Tekken, and that's always been the case. And that's why I've always loved Tekken over the likes of Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat, because I feel like the controls are much more accessible to new or casual players. Tekken 3 also had one important thing about it: replayability. I remember playing this and replaying the arcade mode repeatedly so I could see the short cinematic for each character. At the time I was blown away by these, I thought they looked amazing. It was 1998 when this had its home release on the PlayStation. It was a different time, of course I was blown away by the graphics. But there was more to it than this. You'd unlock new characters with each different fighter that you completed arcade mode with. This wasn't new, this was something that had carried on from Tekken 2. But then when you'd finished arcade mode with every character, you could unlock Tekken Ball and this. I mean, there were some strange unlockables in this game. Yeah, you were pretty dedicated to unlock it all, that's for sure. However, speaking of Dr. B, how you unlocked him was one of the best parts of the game. Tekken Force mode. Tekken Force was a side-scrolling minigame that obviously had such an impressive impact on players that it came back for Tekken 4. Then in Tekken 6 they just decided to make that the whole game, and I don't really think that worked as well. Tekken Force worked as a game mode as it was a small, quirky add-on. You really can't have too much of a good thing. There was always something new and quirky to unlock in Tekken 3, and I think that's why out of all the games this was peak Tekken. It was fun, it was engaging, and the story and lore were still new enough to keep up, but at the same time this is where the story really seemed to develop and grow. When I think of the PlayStation, this is the game I think of. This is the one I played all the time, and I think it's a solid PlayStation classic. Yeah, so classic it got mixed up in this classic disaster.
Lulu, continue. 8, 7, 6, 5.
Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this little look back, give the video a like and drop a comment. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for future content, and I'll see you in the next video.